This guy is shopping a deal for us, and it looks like it's going to go to Priority Records, but the guy was the manager of EA Ski, who was signed to Priority Records. So his concern was the guy negotiating the deal was a little too close to the label, and he didn't know if it was fair or not. And it was. It turned out to be very fair. It turned out to be a great deal. But they didn't know that. So they brought me in to sort of ride in the back seat and play a role, like a small role, as part of the team. And what I learned from that was, A, I can do it, right? Because once you do something, you know you can do it.
That's right.
But I learned that the second thing I learned was I'm really not good as part of a big team. Like one or two other people, yes. But when there's a whole lot of opinions on something, it makes it hard. Because there were like 7 people involved in this, and it had to be hard for the guy that was the main guy. Because it's like, just let me do my job. Like, what are all these fucking people giving me input, you know? Shit. But it was a great first deal. He got to own his masters, which was a wonderful thing. It was an 80-20 split, if I remember correctly. It did grow to be an 85-15, but at that time, I think it was an 80-20, and I think it was a $600,000 advance. So it enabled No Limit to get back on their feet financially and start selling records or CDs at that time. And, you know, through Priority, they were still independent, but they had somebody that was well connected that could help them get the music into stores, show them how to do it, you know, the corporate way, because they were just out here guerrilla with it, right? But they were having trouble getting paid. And that's the thing that Priority was able to bring to the table. They had a great sales team, and some of the guys on the sales team are still my friends to this day. You know, they were able to get P to the next level so that he could expand outside of just California. And that was the goal.
Back in the days, Michael Jackson was the highest paid entertainer. And he was making 22% a record, and he had Neverland and all this stuff. I'm like, damn, how does this dude make all this money making 22%? He's the highest paid. So I started researching. So any artist watching this, or entertainers, research your business. You know, I had to go to the library and find out who Michael Jackson's attorney was, but you know, you guys got social media, you got the internet now, you could just pull something up. Don't be afraid to do that. And when I did that, I found out this guy, who he was in Hollywood, and I'm like, I need to go see this guy. But this guy was so big to where he like, man, you ain't got 25K. I'm not gonna even sit down, which I got too much going on. I'm doing so much stuff for Michael Jackson. So I had to invest in myself, which a lot of people wouldn't do that today. People wouldn't give me 25K to say, I'm like, cause they don't understand. It's like, but that's how you know, like, you believe in yourself. So when that man gave me that advice, told me what a distribution deal was, it took my business to a whole nother level. And that's why I tell people, sometimes you gotta go find experts. Find experts, find people that did it before. You know, nobody know how to do the deals like I've been done. And so I could help this generation into, you know, looking at their paperwork, not just getting to the presidents of the companies, but getting to the shareholders. That's a whole different frame of mind of thinking. Our people think we could tell how successful you are by how much money you have. No, the people I deal with, in the way I think, you could tell how successful somebody is by how much money they're able to give away every year. The people around me, you know, it's about how much they give, how much they're able to help, those type of checks they could write. And we still caught up into, oh, this how much money I got, let me show you. Right. You know, it's not about that no more.
You got to identify yourself when you're building a brand.
But how did you come up with that?
I studied business, marketing, communication in college. And first thing people have to be able to identify your brand. That's what I learned. So I could have named my company anything. On the street records or whatever. I say, you know what? My company gonna be No Limit because there's gonna be no limit to what I can do. And I'm gonna master the game. So I named my artist name Master P, which my first name is Percy, but I want to master whatever I do.
And if you think about even specifically that period where it seemed like you were putting out a different record on your label once a week.
Yeah, what people don't realize, once you build a fan base, you need to feed that fan base. And that's how I sold 75 million records. I didn't sit back and say, I just want to be a star. Say, no, I want to work. You got to get out here and touch the people. You got to get on the road. To put those type of records out and that many records, you got to go out and touch the people. You got to get out and do a lot of the marketing.